So you bet that if you're in the cosmic system, you're not going to stop in your inculcation of cosmic 1 and cosmic 2. Your arrogance is not going to stop. There is no such thing as a person remaining the same. If you ask a Christian, hey brother, how's your Christian walk? It's the same. There is no such thing as being the same. Either you're advancing in your walk or you're retrogressing in reversionism. For the person who's not a Christian, just a human being per se, there's no such thing as well as remaining the same. Either you are becoming much more objective in your life or you're becoming much more degenerate. As to the extent that your arrogance increases, that is indicative of you becoming more degenerate. As society, when to the extent that all of society's arrogance increases, that is tantamount to degeneracy. And you bet that our society does not think normal anymore. All our children at the age of 8, 7, etc., they're already thinking that they're way up here. Their arrogance is all the way up. And when you get a whole society like that, you bet that the 5th cycle of discipline is on its way. The children are all the way up. They're given everything they need. Everything they want, rather. They're given all their high dopamine kick at on demand, etc. They think they're up here above the parents. They think they're God. And so it never stops. Arrogance never stops. It just continues going and going and going. There's no such thing as remaining the same in life. Either you're becoming much more objective, much more virtuous, or you're becoming much more degenerate in the cosmic system. Here's your ego distorted. You increase in arrogance, egocentrism, egoism, narcissism, egomaniac, etc. You're already in neurosis. You're in psychosis. You're in schizophrenia. You're a manic depressive, involuntary melancholia. You bet. You're in there. You don't have to have some sort of genetic disorder in order for you to have these mental illnesses. It's all about you making the wrong decisions inside of the cosmic system. And the bad thing about this, the terrible thing, is that it's blinding. Sometimes you don't even see it. And it takes a while for you to advance in the plan of God. And then once you reach gate 5 and you go through that period of suffering there in gate 5, you realize all the areas of arrogance that you were harboring in there blindly, not knowing and refusing to use 1 John 1:9. And then you reach another level of it in gate 6. Excuse me. But then momentum testing, and this is where you're ready to you get to spiritual maturity, and that's when you're really 100% for the plan of God. Here it begins at gate 5. Yes, this is where you finally remove all the arrogances, all that self-centeredness that was hindering you from advancing rapidly in the plan of God. You finally remove them at gate 5, especially in that suffering called providential preventative suffering. But once you get to gate 8, you are very much ready to be used in your spiritual gift in the plan of God. Let's go over all of Cosmic 1, because I'm thinking about already moving on from this verse, and our verse reads like this. We are in 2 Corinthians chapter 8 or chapter 11. That's where. And so verse 10 reads, so Paul is honoring the decision that the Corinthian leadership is making in forgiving the man of incest. Well, first of all, Paul says, forgive this man. Let him not become full of grief, excessive grief. Take him back. He's already used 1 John 1:9, and he wants to get back with the plan of God. And so now he tells him, yes, good. So for this reason, I also wrote that I might see your character. Character here, this is the virtue love test. If y'all are obedient with reference to all things. Now, to whom y'all forgive anything, so do I. And if I myself, and for I myself, for what I have forgiven, if I have forgiven anything, I do so because of y'all, in the face of Christ, in the presence of Christ. He does this, meaning that he's going to honor their decision to forgive the person, and he's going to go along with it so that Satan does not come in and cause a division with schemes, especially in this area of this time, this sensitive time of the pre-canon stage of the church age, when the gospel was barely getting spread out in Asia Minor, in Greece, in Italy, etc. The divisions had to be prevented. And so verse 11, a purpose clause, hina, so that, or lest, in order that we might not be outwitted by Satana, by Satan, because we are not ignorant of his schemes. We are not ignorant about his schemes. And so we have to know something about his schemes, and that's why we're here in the cosmic system. We have to know something about his person, who he is, something about his history, and his system and how it created it. So we must get to know the outline, or more or less what it looks like, so you can get an idea as to how to detect his schemes, because they do get complicated. And even though we're not going to go over the complications here, this will give you an idea as to what it is. So gate 1, you get out. You're in the cosmic system. You're in gate 1, cosmic 1, gate 2, cosmic, gate 1, cosmic 2. This is the sin nature gate, and this is gate 1 is motivating evil. We already went over that: arrogance, preoccupation with self, all the mental attitude sins that keep you in there, fear, worry, anxiety, implacability. All the mental attitude sins that get you in there. Jealousy, implacability, revenge tactics, revenge modus operandi, you name it. But as I mentioned, you cannot become too full of yourself without changing your priorities. So as a result, you get into gate 2, and this is the gate of negative volition towards doctrine. Whereas before, this is if you're a believer. If you're a believer and you were positive towards doctrine, but then you decided to not use 1 John 1:9 anymore and harbor all these mental attitude sins, which is motivating evil, your standards are going to change. You're going to stop prioritizing doctrine so much. You start reacting. You become bored. If there's something that you heard you do not like, you reacted towards your pastor. You become disillusioned, something, etc. All these many different ideas. And so you react. You do not hate doctrine at this point, but you are simply negative. You're not as gung-ho or as consistent for doctrine as you were before. And so we are given the mandate of 2 Corinthians. No, it's not 2 Corinthians. Okay, my computer's frozen, which might be a good sign. Okay, so let's look at this. Now you go. Okay, so we have 2 John 2:15, and the mandate to not love the world. What does world mean? It means that's the cosmic system. Verse 15, it says, do not love the world or anything in the world. It says, stop loving the cosmic system or the things in the cosmic system. Stop loving it. Anything that you love takes your thinking away and takes your time away. Anything that you love takes your thinking and your time away. And for you to love the cosmic system means that you remain in the cosmic system without using 1 John 1:9. If anyone loves the cosmic system, what? This is a third-class condition. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. The love, and this is the objective genitive, agape, plus the objective genitive, the love for the Father. And this is personal love for God the Father. This is the main function at gate 5 inside the divine power sphere. For that's when your personal love for God the Father begins developing. That's the problem-solving device number 7, personal love for God the Father. You have to love God first before you can love all mankind impersonally. It works that way. It has to begin with God first all the time, not the other way around. So what he's saying here is that if you love the world too much, the cosmic system, you have not reached gate 5. Why? In order for you to reach gate 5, you have to remain inside the divine power sphere for a good while, being filled with the Holy Spirit and learning doctrine. But if you love the world, it means that you are not in the divine power sphere too much. You are rather inside of the cosmic system because you refuse to use 1 John 1:9, and thus you remain in the cosmic system. And that's tantamount to loving the world, loving the cosmic system. Inside of motivating evil, gate 1, or all the gates of functional evil. It begins with motivation, and then it spreads to functional evil. So what is it? If anyone loves the world, the love for the Father. Uk estin is not, and then en plus autoi, in him, in that person who loves the world too much.